Welcome to the What to Read Next podcast. This podcast is hosted by Laura Amin, a voracious reader of romance and young adult novels. In this podcast, Laura interviews fellow readers and authors and asks them for book recommendations of what we should read next. We hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the What to Read Next podcast. Today I'm introducing a brand new series where I will share my own book recommendations. Over the past 8 weeks, I've been reading a ton of psychological thrillers. It's been fun discovering this genre for me. There are similar tropes such as sociopath, unreliable narrator, and the whodunit. So it's been fun to discover which tropes I like and which ones I don't like, so it's been fun. Today I'm highlighting 11 books that you should either pick up or skip, and I hope you enjoy the show. Now let's get to the list. The first book is The Other Woman by Sandy Jones. This is Reese's picks for November, and as you know, I tend to like Reese's pick. So this is the story of Adam and Emily, who have a whirlwind romance until they meet Adam's mom. Throughout the story, we see Adam's mom trying to sabotage the relationship. This is a unique love triangle where the mom is the third party. I found this as an addictive story, and I wanted to uncover why the sabotage was happening. There are twists at the end that I could see from the beginning, so I would say it's something predictable. But I would still say you should pick this book up if you're looking for a domestic thriller. So this was a fun book to read. It was addictive. You couldn't put it down. That's what you're looking for. The second book is The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, also known as J.K. Rowling. This is a long one. It's a doorstopper. It's 560 pages, so it's a long book. This book story follows Cormoran Strike, which is a private detective who lands the keys to Cuckoo's potential murderer. They think she's a suicide. That's what the police wanted to believe, but it might have been a murder. This is a murder mystery, and it felt like it was dragging at times. I did enjoy finding the conclusion and saw myself buying book 2. So I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the murder mystery, but it was a long book. Here's a few things to know. This is a completely different storyline from Harry Potter. So if you're looking for Harry Potter, this is not it. The story is long yet engaging at times. My suggestion, if you want to read a murder mystery, then pick this one up. Is just know that it's a slow book. So it's not a book that you can read in the sitting. It's going to take some time. It took me about 2 weeks to read this book, so which is not normal for me. The third book is My Sister, the Serial Killer by Aykan Bryweth, which I probably butcher her name. So this is a fun short book about two sisters who one happens to be a serial killer. The story follows the older sister who is in charge of cleaning the mess of the younger sister. Throughout the story, we're waiting to see whether the serial killer strikes again. One unique aspect of the story is that it's set in Lagos, Nigeria, so I found it very unique about it. If you like to read a book about serial killers and family dynamics, then pick this one up. This was a fun book to read. I know it's serial killers and fun. You don't think about it, but it's really true. This is a fun book to read. The fourth book is For Better or Worse by Margaret Hunt. This is a story of two parents whose child suffered the unimaginable. One of the parents plans the perfect murder, and the story is told through multiple point of views. There are secrets to get uncovered in time. If you like domestic drama, then pick it. In my honest opinion, I was on the fence. I felt alright, but it wasn't great, but it wasn't too bad. It was just like a middle of the road thriller for me. The fifth book is A Simple Fate by Darcy Bell. This book has said 2 month friends and one of them disappears. There's a few twists. I personally didn't like the book, so I would say watch the movie and skip reading the book. There's basically you try to figure out what happened to the mom who's missing, and then she ended up with the boyfriend. It was one of those books that was convoluted with extra twists that I didn't think were necessary. So I would just say skip this book and watch the movie. The sixth book is Watching You by Jaleesa Jewell. Okay, this is another skipper for me. This book follows the storyline for 80% of the book, and it was following a set of characters in their life in a small neighborhood, but then at the 80% mark, there's a murder, and it follows a whole set of new characters and a completely different storyline. I would like more about the last 20% of the book, if it had been the whole book about it, following those characters, as opposed to following, the first 80%, which felt very domestic and not a lot of thriller. So I'm planning to read another Lisa Jewell book, and hopefully I'll like her other book better, but this was kind of like a skipper for me, so I would definitely encourage you to skip this one out. The seventh book is The Perfect Girlfriend by Karen Hamilton. This story of a female sociopath who's obsessed with her ex-boyfriend. She sneaks into his apartment while he's gone. She takes a job as a flight attendant in the same airline he works with. She does everything in her power to get back together. This book felt a little too Gone Girl, so be forewarned, but it was an enjoyable read, so I would say pick it. The eighth book is Sadie by Courtney Summers. This is a YA thriller, which I don't read that often. It's about a podcast that is trying to find out what happened to Sadie after she disappears after the death of her sister. The ending is inconclusive, so that's just an FYI. I really enjoy the podcast transcript chapters better than Sadie's account, but if you like Serial or the Perfect Murder or any of those any of those podcasts about true crime, then definitely pick this one out. This was a fun book to read. Also, if you pick it as an audiobook, it's a full cast audio, so it's definitely enjoyable experience. I ended up reading half of the book and ended up listening to the other half, so both experiences were really good. The 9th book is An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Peckinham. This is the story of Jessica, who needs to make extra money to join the psychology experiment instead of turn out the game of cat and mouse. This book was so good. It was original, it was inventive. It comes out in January. It's a must pick. It's really good. I love The Wife Between Us from them. So there's definitely, I really like this writer duo that write really great thrillers that keeps you engaged. The 10th book is actually nonfiction that reads like a thriller. It is I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This story follows the Golden State Killer during the killing spree in the 1970s and 1980s. I couldn't read this book at night. It was so creepy. I look forward to reading the paperback edition where they write about how they captured the Golden State Killer, so this is a pick for me. So that's it for my list of thrillers. In a few weeks, I'll be coming with a list of contemporary romance books recommendations. For a detailed list of books mentioned in this podcast, please visit whattoreadnextblog.com/78. If you enjoy this podcast, please consider leaving a review. This will help get the podcast get discovered by new audiences. For the month of December, I'm giving away a hardback new release to one lucky winner. Thank you for leaving a review on iTunes. This giveaway is open internationally. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you soon.